Hello, everyone. I am so excited to bring to you today on Facebook Live my mentor, my friend, my just admiration for this man goes beyond. I don't even think I can do a fair justification in introducing him to you. But it's none other than Mr. Les Brown. Welcome, Mr. Brown.
Thank you. It's been about 3 or 4 years since we've seen each other in person.
You know what? Actually, I think the last time that I saw you, I think you're right. It was in San Francisco, and you were at the Scottish Rites Theater with your daughter, Ona. And yes, it was. And KBLX, you came out with KBLX. That was the last time I saw you.
Yes. All right. It's great to see you. It's always a treat when great people meet.
Les, it is my pleasure. And, one of the reasons I'm so honored to bring to you here tonight or this evening to the guests that are before us. And by the way, right now, I can't see how many people are actually logged on. It looks like I have about 14, and I'm sure that more will gather as we continue to move on. We had about 100 likes less. People were really interested when I told them that you were going to be on board. I normally don't get that many likes, but I got that many with you. So that's a beautiful thing.
We can talk about a variety of things until the others come on, because we have a lot to talk about.
We do.
I've got something to say.
And I know you do. Well, I have to tell the people, one of the greatest things that I love about Les is Les told me in the year of 2006 that I should follow my voice and my gift to speak. And at that time, Les, I didn't trust that. And I thought, are you crazy? Do you want me to leave a 6+ figure job to go do this thing that I know not about? And you told me, jump off the cliff and develop wings on your way down.
Yes. Well, just think about this. When you think about all of the corporate experience that you have, and you are a college graduate, and one of the things I say when I do workshops and presentations, I had to speak in Dubai. I said the easiest thing I've ever done was to earn $1 million. The most difficult thing I've ever done was to believe that I could do it, because I don't have a college education, because I never worked for a corporation, a major corporation. And I sat on the bench for 14 years. I doubted myself for 14 years. I asked myself, who would want to hear me? What do I have to say that someone will hire me to speak for them? And I doubted myself. There's a saying that I strongly believe that wherever you find yourself, at some point in time, you made an appointment to be there. And so many of us doubt ourselves. People really, Cheryl, don't live life as it is. They live life as they are. We are born with greatness, but we have been programmed to think small, and you can't fit a big life in a small mind. And so that's why we have to work on our mind and constantly do the things that you've been doing to develop yourself mentally, physically, spiritually, the relationships that you have, the goals that you set for yourself, the things that you become involved in. You have to become engaged in life, because we have an expiration date. I had a shocking moment today. I was trying to find a friend who had done some work for me, and I really admired her work, Marlene Green. And so I found a number, I called, and the number was not working. And then I Googled her, and then I saw her funeral arrangements. I said, whoa, she's out here young.
Oh my God.
In her 40s, so we don't know. And so one of the things that I remember when I was married to Gladys Knight, I was at a table in Vegas, and Frank Sinatra was at the same table, and I overheard him say to a guy, live each day as if it were your last, because one day it will be. And so this is something that we have to begin to focus on and live our lives with a sense of urgency. I think that we were created on purpose, with a purpose, for a purpose, and there's some stuff that we're supposed to do. And we have an expiration date. We don't have forever to get the job done. We're here to get some work done. And especially during this time, there's some work to be done.
Exactly. Well, let me ask you a question. What is it then in the human nature that you know this to be true, everything you said, but yet and still we wait? What is that thing?
It's mental conditioning. Just think about this. When you're involved in a community and your environment is more powerful than your ego, and that community's environment is toxic, that community, it's an oppressive environment, that culture is designed to destroy your sense of self. And that's passed on generation after generation after generation without being interrupted. It's no surprise that we think the way that we think. In fact, it's a miracle that we have done the things that we have been able to accomplish, given what we have gone through and given what we are going through. It's not over yet. It's just all kinds of subtle things and overt things that's designed to destroy our sense of self, designed to help us to feel invisible. And I tell you, I changed hospital. I'm a 27-year prostate cancer conqueror. I changed hospital.
Praise God. Praise God.
Where I was invisible. And I knew it. It was the culture. And I transferred to Cancer Centers of America here in Atlanta. And it was a different kind of culture. People talk to you, they explain things to you, and they educated you. And you felt like a partner. You were the lead partner. And so when we think about the fact that when you live in a world where you are invisible, where you have policies and practices that are designed that even between the ages of 0 and 7, that you know what's available to you and what's not available to you based upon the conversations that you hear, based upon the things that you see, that there's a word in your heart that's either yes or no. Martin Seligman from the University of Minnesota, he wrote this book called Learned Optimism, and it is the most exhaustive 26-year study on self-esteem.
Wow.
But Jane Elliott, remember the lady who did that piece, Brown Eyes, Blue Eyes?
Right, yes.
And so that when we look at ourselves, the most important work that we need to do now, and has always been, is to work on our mind. Let me give you an example.
Please.
I had to speak in Poland. I wanted to go there to speak, and I was so excited because I wanted to go to Auschwitz and to the Wailing Wall, and I wanted to see the German concentration camps and went in those chambers. Because I promised one of my early mentors, Sam Maxwell, I would do that. But really what got me when I was in Poland, when I was invited to speak there, they put my face up on the monitor. 30,000 Polish people began to applaud.
Right.
And I cried. I cried like a baby.
Ooh.
Tears of gratitude, tears of sadness.
Wow.
Because not long ago, I went back to Miami, where I was born in Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor, where I built my speaking skills and practice. And a room of immigrants came out to hear me from Haiti, from Colombia, from Venezuela, from Cuba, and in the African American community, maybe 15 people.
Wow.
Maybe 15 people. The number one purchasers of my products, the country of Sweden. And so that we have an entertainment-driven culture.
Yes.
And so the work that you are doing, this tour that you're taking, it's very important. Why? One, you're expanding our awareness of ourselves. When you know the truth of who you are, you help people to begin to develop the tools that they need to define themselves They don't define themselves through the abuse that they've gone through the adversities that they have to face, through the hard times that they might be involved in at that point in time. When you know the truth of who you are, you're able to draw the line and live your life from a place of power.
Yes,
You get
yes.
to make an example for yourself.
Yes. Oh my God. Everything you said is just so powerful. I'm sitting here mesmerized. I mean, and I've listened to you, like I said, since 2006. I actually, just for the audience and just kind of backtracking, when I met Les in 2006, and he told me to take that leap of faith, I've had an opportunity to travel the countryside with him. I've had an opportunity to see him speak in Chicago. I've had a chance to see him speak on various different platforms doing different things. And so every time I hear him speak, it just literally touches my spirit, because the words that you speak, Les, you're a legend, and you are so truly passionate. And anybody who really knows you will know that the words you speak are just not here for this camera and this conversation. I've had this conversation in conference rooms with you, in cars with you, and this is what you do. You live. And not to digress from the conversation we're having now, but I can remember being on the phone with you often, and you would, constantly coach me on my style and being true to my word and making sure that I'm evoking my truth to the people when I am speaking. And when you called me, and I don't know if you remember this, and you said to me, every time you say, I'm going to charge you $1.
And you said it 32 times. Okay, all right. Lord, I was getting retarded demon that's gripping my sister right now. Lord, you are loose. He said it 32 times.
Y'all. Okay, so
I can't believe this now. Why do I tell you to be mindful of your conversation privately? Because
yes,
whatever we do privately, you're going to do publicly, unthinkingly. But let me share this with you.
Please.
Your voice is needed, and the people that are listening to me. Let me share something that you don't hear in the news. The suicide rate in America has increased from 1999 and now over 30%. Now here's the shocking part. The suicide rate in the Black community. And when I was a kid, we did not commit suicide. The suicide in Black America of kids from 5 to 11 has doubled. Now that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Just the other day, a teacher told a kid, go home and hang yourself. And he did. 6 years old, Black kid. He did. All right? 3 weeks ago, my daughter, Ona, one of her nephews, he committed suicide. He was 11 years old.
Oh my God.
And so the work that I do, Dr. Carter G. Woodson, he gave us the key in the miseducation of the Negro. He said, if you can determine what a man shall think, you never have to concern yourself with what he will do. He said, if you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. And so the work that I'm doing now, this stage of my life, at my 75th year on the planet, what I feel that I must do, we learn, we earn, we pass it on. It's just to train voices of hope, because when there's voice in the future that gives you power in the present, to teach people how to communicate their message, how to build a business, how to influence people and make a difference in their lives. The power of communication, it's everything. I never forget Mr. Leroy Washington, you know the story.
Yes.
When I walked in his room,
yes,
and I was looking for MacArthur Stevens, who was a studio drama teacher at Booker T. Washington High School in Overtown in Miami. And he said, young man, I want you to go to the board and work this problem out. He gave me a script, and he wanted me to turn around and read and explain what it meant. And I said, sir, listen, I'm not one of your students. He said, do it anyhow. I said, I can't. And the other students started cheering. and saying, no, he can't do that. He's DT. His brother Wesley is smart. He's DT. And he said, well, what's DT? He's the dumb twin. He's not a twin brother, but his brother can do it, but he can't do it. And I said, I can't, sir. And he came from behind his desk and he looked at me. He said, don't you ever say that again. Someone's opinion of you does not have to become your reality.
Wow.
And in that moment, that was a defining moment for me. On one hand, I was humiliated, but on the other hand, I was liberated because he looked at me with the eyes of Goethe, who said, look at a man the way that he is, he only becomes worse.
Wow.
But look at it as if he were what he could be, then he becomes what he should be.
Wow.
And so right now, what I believe the calling of my life is, Gerald, is to teach people how to discover their power voice.
Yes.
I'm going to be in Los Angeles on January the 26th. That the work that you do, the tool that you're taking, that when people come to that experience, and that's what it is, an experience, what gave me the opportunity to break into the speaking industry was a Good Old Boys network. And so what allowed me to break through, they were providing information from the book, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Wow.
Well, if information can change people, everybody would be skinny, rich, and happy.
Right.
Okay?
Very true.
And you wrote the book called The Road to Your Best Stuff, and I encourage everybody to get The Road to Your Best Stuff. They can get it off Amazon. He taught me how to tell my story.
Wow.
And how to teach others to do it. Why? Because a story has a human face. And what we do with our story strategically, we distract, dispute, and inspire. That's what those events that people who come in there, and as a result of the experience that you have created for people on this tour that you're going to have in the cities you go to, that the experience you create, Oliver Wendell Holmes said that once a man, once mind has been expanded with an idea, concept, or experience, it can never be satisfied to going back to where it was.
Oof.
And so what we do is give people a different experience of themselves that allow them to get out of their head and step into their greatness and create the next greatest version of themselves.
Oh my God, you got me so excited. I'm ready to speak now. Let's go. Let's go make it happen. I'm sitting here and I don't know about the audience, and it's continuing to grow and we're getting all kind of love. And as I better navigate this tool that we're using, this Be Life app, I could express to you, but they're definitely giving us a lot of love. And I want to let you know, Les, this is just profound. And a part of, I want to speak, everything you speak is so true. So I want the audience to know a little story. I put into the atmosphere 1 year that
37 now.
What?
37 pounds. You're up to
So
37.
did I say, okay, dang. See, he's counting. So let me be very specific in my speaking. When I met him, yes, exactly. When in 20,
Let me pause right here.
Yes. Please.
He did a study.
Okay.
The study indicated
that.
had a man go before an audience, and he just unthinkingly just used arm like most people do in his conversation to the audience in his presentation. And then they questioned the audience to find out how much did they retain.
Right.
And what they discovered, they retained 15% of the content, but they started counting the arms.
Wow.
And yes, from 35 to 45% of the audience knew the number of arms more than they knew the content. Then they gave the same presentation to another audience, same guy, no arms, and they retained over 85% of the content.
Okay,
so the arms is distracting. And so you have to be mindful of what you say privately, because we form habits and our habits show up publicly.
You're right.
Even in conversations, one-on-one, we must be mindful. And that's key, because your ability to communicate humanizes you, and it gives you credibility. I was labeled educable mental retarded, as you know, but
yes, I do.
Into the fourth grade, Bill again in the eighth grade at Booker T. Washington High School in Overtown. I've lectured at Harvard,
yes,
at several major universities. When I speak in America, I get $70,000 an hour plus expenses. And when I speak out of the country, I get $225,000 an hour. And I don't say this to impress the people that are watching, but the reason I'm saying it, to impress upon them that your ability to communicate. I remember reading when I was doing some research on Warren Buffett, and when he graduated from Harvard University, the first thing he did was invest in a communications course. Right. Here's a guy has billions of dollars in real estate, billions of dollars in the stock market. Mr. Washington told me, Mr. Brown, yes, sir. He was we called him, when I eulogized him at his funeral, we called him the Great Communicator. Mr. Brown, yes, sir. Be conscious of how you speak, young man. Once you open your mouth, you tell the world who you are. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And be mindful of how you communicate. Yes, sir. Mr. Washington, I want to be like you, sir. I've never known my father, but one day I'm going to make you proud. One day you'll see, sir. And I watched him, and I studied him, and I studied other great speakers, Malcolm X, by any means necessary, Dr. King, I dream. Winston Churchill, the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it. At the end, there it is. I studied people who did it, and I said, I'm going to learn this. This is going to be my key to liberate myself from Liberty City and Overtown, to be able to take care of my mother. I'm one of 7 children that she took in as foster kids, and then she adopted us. And I told her, I said, Mama, one day I'm going to become successful. And when I was elected to the Ohio legislature, my third term, my first term I passed 14 bills, and I just got elected my third term. And sometimes your dreams have interruptions, because I was planning on going to Congress and going for statewide office. And my sister called me and said, Mama has breast cancer. And I resigned that day and caught a plane the next day. And when I rung the doorbell, a friend of hers named Miss Snowden said, Mamie, Leslie's here. And I heard my mother say, I knew he would come. I knew he would come. And so then my life took a whole nother direction. Some things happen to you and some things happen for you.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for reminding me, my great one, and definitely my mentor and teacher. And I want to make sure that in my communication, I do a very diligent job in speaking very clearly what it is that I want to say. So thank you for that reminder. I am a part of Les Brown's Platinum Speaking Program. Do you want to speak to that, Les?
Yes, the Platinum Speaker Program. If they go to Les Brown Ambassador, LesBrownAmbassadors.com, and what we're doing, I could have gotten here faster if the guys at the top would have endorsed me, brought me on stage like I took you and other speakers around the country, like the speakers I'm bringing to Los Angeles. We're going to London, England. We're going to Canada. We're going to Australia. We're going to Dubai. I could have gotten here faster if they would have given me a chance, but they didn't do this. Somebody's trying to, I lost the signal. Can you help me out here, please?
Yeah, I see you, and I'm going to just log on board. Yeah. No. Yeah, I hear you, but I can see Les. I did lose you. Hold on just 2 seconds. I'm going to call you again. I want to make sure. Hold on, Les. Link is not working. Oh, no. Hold on just 2 seconds. Hold on 2 seconds. Les, I'm calling you back. Sorry, everybody. I'm not sure if you're, I'm calling you right now.
A masterpiece, because
I'm calling. Okay, I wish, you know what? I want to
You
see.
have something special. You have.
Team, can you guys hear me right now? Can someone tell me if you could hear me at all right now? Okay, Les, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
I don't know what is I don't know why, but I just lost you. Oh my God. Yeah, this is really sad because this is not good. Hold on a minute, guys.
It's just a little glitch.
Thank you, sir. Can you guys on Facebook, I want to make sure that they can still hear me. And I'm just looking. Can you guys talk to me and let me know if you can still hear us?
Oh, she loves, doesn't she?
No, I don't. I don't like that word. I'm making excuses. My mentor doesn't stop. If you guys can still hear it, he doesn't stop. He doesn't stop. And, oh my goodness. Hold on 2 seconds. Okay, can you hear me? Okay, hold on.
I can hear you, yes. Let's continue. We don't need to see each other.
Okay, perfect. I want to make sure. I think it did cut off, Les, because I can look online and see. Yes, we hear you. Can you still hear me now? Tell me if you can hear me. Oh, good. Awesome. Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay, perfect. Everybody can hear us. They can hear us. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, some of them. So they're talking. Okay, this is beautiful. Oh, I get it. Oh, hold on. Les, check this out.
Okay, perfect. Everybody can hear us. They can hear us. Okay, perfect.
We are online.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
So here we go. Les.
So they're talking. Okay, this is beautiful. Oh, I get it. Oh, hold on. Les, check this out. Okay, perfect. Everybody can hear us. They can hear us.
Okay.
Okay, Les. We are online. Thank you. Thank you.
So I have
Les. So they're talking. Okay, this is beautiful. Oh, I get it. Oh, hold on. Les, check this.
I'm gonna call you back again. You could also tell you in there. Hold on. Oh man.
Thank you. So I have Les. So they're talking. Okay, this is beautiful. Oh, I get it. Hold on. Les, check this.
Hello. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you can hear us. I'm really disappointed. I'm truly trying to work this out. I'm so bummed. This is so not good.
You don't see us?
Do you see me now?
I hear you guys.
I can see you, but you can't see me.
Okay. Okay, Les,
Yes,
how are you?
I'm great, and so are you.
You know what? I think we're good.
I know that we're good. I see you, but you can't see me.
I can see you actually. Not only can I see you, I am just wondering, like I'm looking, there's a screen the way that this is set up to the right of me that shows us. So we're going to continue this conversation. This is what I want to say to you first and foremost.
Yes.
Thank you for your correction. I always appreciate your guidance. You know this.
Thank you.
And secondly, I want to tell the audience not only about my event that I'm having on February the 1st at 6 p.m. from 6 to 9 at Jeffrey's Inner Circle in Oakland.
Thank you. Thank you.
And the event is actually, it commemorates it. You didn't hear that. Les, you didn't hear that. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You didn't hear it. But this event commemorates the kickoff of Black History Month.
Where is it going to be?
Jeffrey's in Oakland, California, not far from where you're going to be in LA. And also, I want to say that
guess what?
What? Are you listening?
Yeah, the reason I said that, because I would like to support you in that. I'll either do a big screen or I'd like to make a personal appearance.
Do you know, I'm sorry. There's no yelling either, huh? I can't do that either.
No, that's fine.
I can show some
I
excitement.
think I speak in Dallas.
You think it's well, okay, we're going to get the schedules together. But I want to say at the end of this world tour that I'm doing, 14 states, 5 countries that I'm going to, we're going to end up in St. Martin. And I get to end up with yours truly, um, Mr. Les Brown. And I'm so ecstatic.
I'm coming to St. Martin.
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you are. You absolutely are.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and it's going to be amazing. It's going to
Yes,
be amazing.
yes.
There's not going to be any ums there. No ums are invited to St. Martin. The ums have to go.
Yes.
Les, do you know what you just said to me?
What?
That you're going to be at my event on the 1st of July.
Yes, I want to support you in that.
I just want to know. I just want to know. Les, I have to test this right now because I show us as being live and I need to confirm it. I need you to keep talking. This is what I'd like for you to do. I would like for you to share with the audience right now what you have coming up because they need to know about that, what websites they can reach you, how they get access to you, while I confirm that everybody can still hear us.
Very good. I encourage all of you to go to lesbrownglobal.com. I'm doing a workshop in Los Angeles on January the 26th. It's called Discover Your Power Voice. This is not my original voice. We all have another voice, and I call it the power voice. And I teach you through this experience how to access that, how to navigate and create an experience with your story. And you learn by doing. You're actually engaged in interacting, and we challenge you and stretch you and orchestrate an experience and allow you to speak with confidence, to overcome your fears, how to make a point, how to increase your sales, how to influence and impact people. I'm a former state legislator. I have been a community activist, a radio personality. I've had a talk show. King World paid me $5 million, and I refused to be a black Jerry Springer, and they canceled the show. But I spent the money. I enjoyed it. I kept all of it. Uh, when you can make a difference and earn money too, it doesn't get any better than that. I believe that you're watching, not by accident. I think that everybody that's on this call are the ones that's supposed to be on this call. Things don't just happen, they happen just. I remember walking down the halls of Booker T. Washington High School. I talk about it in my book that's coming out called You've Got to Be Hungry. And I heard his voice, and I knew that voice. And I wasn't supposed to be in there, but I went in and stood in the back, and I listened to him speaking to the graduating seniors. And he touched my heart. My life was in a very dark place because I'd failed for the fifth straight year and had to go to summer school. And he spoke and he said, "You have greatness in you. You have the ability to do more than you can ever begin to imagine." And that speech that he gave, it changed my life. And I've come to know at 75, I know a thing or two because
70 what?
I've seen a thing.
70 who? 70 who?
75, yes. And so, but that speech, it stayed with me. And I remember when I first got out of high school, I was working for the Miami Sanitation Department. And I didn't want him to see me throwing garbage. And I had to go down his street, and God would have it that the guy said, "You get that side." And on that side was Mr. Washington's house. And so when I picked up the container, I used it, I used my left arm, even though I'm right-handed, to hold it so he couldn't see my face. When I came back, I switched my arms, put the garbage in there.
And he said, Mr. Brown, he came out of his house. He saw the back of my head. And the other guys on the truck said, the guy's calling you. I said, just keep walking. He said, Mr. Brown, Leslie Calvin Brown. And I emptied the trash in the truck. And I said, yes, sir. He said, I thought that was you. I saw the back of your head. Why didn't you come in and say hello to Edith and I? And I said, I smell of garbage. I don't want you to see me like this. And he said, would you guys like to have some ice water? And I said, no, we are busy. And the driver said, yes, sir. I said, oh my God. And so he and his wife brought us some water out and some mangoes. And then as we were standing there, I knew the question was going to come. What happened to you? You're the first kid in special education who was labeled educable, mentally retarded, that got a scholarship. I gave it to you. I signed the papers for you to go to Florida A&M University to be trained by my professor, Mr. Randolph. What happened to you, Mr. Brown? Why did you sign those papers and give it to someone else? And I said, sir, several teachers had a conference and they said that I was not college material and that I shouldn't go, that I would embarrass myself and embarrass you. And I never wanted to do that. You're the only father I've ever known.
Wow.
And he said, I know it would have been difficult for you. He said, but I watch you. He said, you're hungry, you're relentless, you're unstoppable. You find a way to win. He said, keep this in mind. You got greatness in you. You got greatness in you. And sometimes you have to believe in somebody's belief in you until your belief kicks in. He said, that's all I got to say, and I'm finished. And he looked at me and he turned around and he walked up the steps back at his house. And Cheryl, all I could do, I looked at my clothes and everything. I looked at the guys in his garbage truck. I said, he told me I have greatness in me. I'm throwing garbage. I'm a garbage collector.
Wow.
I couldn't sleep that night. It kept me up. He said, I had greatness in me. It stayed with me in my head. I could hear his voice. And what he did, see, how we live our lives is a result of the story we believe about ourselves.
Oh my God. Yes.
And what he did,
Yes.
he interrupted my story. He interrupted my story. When we speak, if you're a life coach, when you train, when you have a group, when you have an event, what you do is distract, dispute, and inspire. You distract people from the story that they've picked up in life. They picked up in their environment. They picked up in their family, in their community. Distract them from that thinking with your story, dispute, and how you overcame it and the things that you share. You dismantle their current belief system.
Yes.
Distract, dispute, and inspire. And you inspire them to create the next greatest version of themselves. You inspire them to become, as Mother Teresa would say, to become a pencil in the hand of God.
Right.
And so that's where my life is now,
And
teaching.
that's what you've done for me, and you've done for hundreds of thousands of people around the world. You have given them the gift of believing in themselves. When you told me in 2006 to take that jump and I didn't, I'm now taking that jump. I have no regrets. When I look at the time span of what I could have done then to where I am now, knowing that there are no accidents, I am where I am now, and I am so ready. But it is because of you and what you've instilled in me that I have the program that I've developed today. Is because of the conversations that you and I have had over these years. And you pick up the phone and say, where's your book? Where's the tour? What are you doing? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm working on it, Les. I'm working on it. When are you going to do it? It's now is the time. What are you waiting for? But it is because of that that I developed the Fit for Business program. And FIT stands for faith, intuition, and tenacity. It is because of you that I came up with the grant factor: gratitude, responsibility, action, nurturing relationships, and total commitment. It is because of you that I started to align my life with the words that I speak. It's very important as a speaker, you set the example. And I thank you for hearing the call. And even through all of your experiences as legislator, as you've been a radio talk show host, you've been, I mean, the list
On
goes on.
TV. I've
Yeah,
done so
you
many
had your own
but
team.
listen, yeah.
I'm working to get that one, Les. I have not run that one yet, but
But here's the thing. Mike Williams called me for 14 years. It didn't take you 14 years. Mike Williams called me for 14 years, like I talked to you and said, Brownie, you got a story, man. Brownie, what are you going to do with it? Mike, I don't have any college education. Mike, I never worked for a corporation. Who's going to hire me to do something I've never done? Brownie, all of us are born the same way, dumb, naked, and speechless. You can learn.
that was a point.
Yeah.
And I love it. And I love it. Well, the one thing I wanted to do, Les, and you've given me, it's now 5:43. I said 15 minutes. So we started at 5. So it's now 5:43. I'm sitting here in awe, and I know the audience is equally in awe to have this. This for me is a treasure. It's not only an honor as you being my mentor, it's just a treasure in time to have you at this point in time in my life on this broadcast with everybody who is here. This is a gift. This man is a legend. He walks in footsteps that I know no other man to have done, being a Black male, African American that sits with the best of them that are considered in the realm of motivational speaking. I know none. Can you name one for me? I know others that speak, but I'm sorry, Les, I don't know anybody else. I don't
Well,
know
in
anybody.
1992, Toastmasters selected the top 5 speakers in the world. General Norman Schwarzkopf, Leah Coker, Robert Schuller, and Paul Harvey, and me. And all of them are gone. So I'm the last man standing. But let me share this with you, that this time that I'm spending with you now, I treasure. The reason I just did an interview yesterday on a radio station in Nassau, Bahamas. It was the longest interview I'd ever had. Because we live in an entertainment culture, that the work that I do, most of our people don't value. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you heard my voice as I heard Mike's voice, because I could have died with this Les Brown in me. I didn't know he was there. Sometimes, as Mr. Washington said, you have to believe in somebody's belief in you until your belief is in. I saw your greatness. I see it now. And we have to have people in our lives that can take us to a place within ourselves that we can't go by ourselves and expand our level of awareness. So I thank you for being you. You have blessed me when I was going through a tough time dealing with cancer. I I wanted to hear your voice, and I talked to you, and you had no idea what was going on with me, but I knew that you would say something to me to the effect that you did. You're going to beat this. And I have. I'm here because of God's grace and mercy and the friendship of people like you who prayed for me. And I am so grateful, and I thank you.
Well, I absolutely love and adore you, and I didn't want to end in tears. So this is what I'm going to say. Thank you for being here today. And I want to say to the audience, for those of you who would love to see more of Les, please do come out and see him on February the 1st?
No, no. Yes, I'm going to be. I'm going to be at your event, but on January the 26th, I
I'm
will
going to
be
be in LA. In
in
LA.
in LA, so they can go to Les Brown Global and
Okay.
see the information on that. If they want to get into the speaking business, they can go to lesbrownambassadors.com.
Okay.
But
So did
Les
you guys
Brown
get that?
Global, they'll see my schedule.
Les Brown Global, if you would like to see him in Los Angeles on January the 26th. And Les Brown Ambassadors, if you're interested in becoming one of his phenomenal speakers. And I can only be a testimony to you that the opportunities are boundless and the opportunities are great. And greater than even that is the lessons that you'll learn along the way. They're some of the best things that I still value to this day. So Mr. Brown, I want to thank you for the opportunity to interview you today. I want to thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. And I just want to say I love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you, sir.
I appreciate you. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about
Did I say I
it.
didn't say it again? I didn't. You didn't hear that. There's no ums. We said that already.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you. Blessings, everybody. Blessings. God bless.
Bye.
Take care.
Mhm.